Good morning, everyone. As Jamie just stated, my name is Christina Robillard, and I am a math specialist with the department, and I want to welcome you to our FLAME webinar for our foundational lessons for accelerating math education, or FLAME resources. Our objectives for today's webinar are to explain our FLAME resources as a supplemental resource for you to use that and to understand to understand and to begin to develop a plan for the implementation of FLAME at your school. As you know, Louisiana is refreshing math materials and practice. The math refresh is centered on 4 pillars. All of those pillars are grounded in accelerating learning for all students. Our first pillar is high impact structures designed to prioritize access to high quality grade level math instruction for all students. Second is just in time proactive intervention supports that connect prerequisite learning to immediate, upcoming, and current grade level work. Ongoing support for teacher collaboration and quality professional learning so that educators have the tools they need for success. Acknowledgement of the key role of family and communities in supporting mathematics development in our students is our last pillar. The new math comprehensive plan, which is in the chat, provides the state and system actions supporting work in all 4 pillars. Now I would like to introduce our foundational resources for accelerating math education, or FLAME. The foundational lessons for accelerating math education is a new resource from the department. Unit 1 of our FLAME resources have been released and is currently available for grades K through 5. This resource is intended to provide teachers additional resources for building foundational math skills and fluency. This is meant as a complement to your high-quality instructional materials during small group instruction or mini lessons. It's also important to know that the department is working to develop professional learning for 4th through 8th grade math teachers focused on foundational numeracy skills instruction, vertical alignment of mathematical concepts leading to algebra, building positive math dispositions, and connecting to high-quality instructional material implementation. Now let's take some time to dive into FLAME resources, and let's discuss how FLAME resources are intended to be used. As I stated previously, FLAME is a supplement to high-quality instructional materials being used in your classroom. It is not a replacement for any component of your high-quality instructional materials or your high-quality instructional materials as a whole. FLAME is not intended to be used whole class, but instead with individual students or small groups of students who need support with specific standards. Although there are some FLAME lessons that can be used whole class as additional fluency, but that is not the intent of every lesson. The units of FLAME do not align to any specific Tier 1 curriculum, but focuses on the progression of required fluencies and procedural skill and fluency standards for each grade level. Some lessons may be adapted from well-known open sources, but they are not to be used in place of any high-quality instructional material. Each K through 5 grade level will utilize 3 units to use with intentional progression from beginning through the middle and the end of the academic school year, or to be used as needed. Each unit is based on a focused standard that encompasses the major work of that grade level. Standards where information is expected to be presented but not mastered in that current grade level will not be present in FLAME units. For example, division in grade 5 is not expected to be mastered until grade 6. Because of this expectation for students to become fluent with multi-digit addition and dividing using the standard algorithm occurring in 6th grade, you will not see FLAME lessons addressing this standard in grade 5. Now, here's an example of a flame unit, and this is actually our kindergarten unit 1 of flame that is currently available. And we'll use this kindergarten unit to go through a couple of examples of the components of every flame unit has. So there are about 20 to 25 lessons per unit that support the fluency for the unit. For kindergarten, it's emphasizing flexible number sense within 5. The links on this lesson overview page, which this page is available in every unit. The links are clickable and take you to a Google document with the lesson, and the assessments for each lesson are linked within each lesson's page. So if there is an assessment for that lesson, the assessment will be outlined and also linked there for you to print for your students. The next couple of slides will show you some more examples of the components of a flame unit using this kindergarten unit. So this is a lesson from the kindergarten unit of flame that we presented in the previous slide. So if a kindergarten student is struggling to count within 10, in the month of October, within 100 in the month of January, I can access this flame lesson to serve as support for additional practice. Before accessing the day's lesson directly related to counting larger numbers. If I'm a first grade teacher with some students struggling with 1.08.C.5, the companion document gives me the information for this prerequisite standard, so I can use a flame lesson as an intervention with my small group of students or with an individual student. The current grade level standard and future standard connection are listed on every flame lesson at every grade level. The lesson also includes the name of the activity listed, and it'll be the activity that is linked in the lesson overview page. Approximate time frame needed to complete the activity and assessment. These are not meant to take the place as high quality instructional material again, but they will serve as supports and they will be short. They should not take too much time away from your materials. Any materials that are needed for the lesson, if a template is required for the lesson, it will be linked and embedded in the materials section. The expected student outcome for the lesson, the current standard along with the future standard connection, notes for the teacher that may include differentiation, the method or steps or a vignette to the actual lesson, and possible assessment next steps. So these are the things that you will find in every lesson. Every lesson also includes a teacher tracker for individual students as aligned to the Louisiana Math Pillar for timely proactive interventions. The performance summary key provides the student's progression with each standard. Consider this based on student needs. This isn't a requirement for students to complete every activity, but a prescription for the student. Every unit of flame includes a teacher tracker with the same performance key. Teachers will use their discretion to assess student performance and track student progress using this document. Every unit of flame also includes a parent report. This is a sample of the kindergarten parent report as aligned to the Louisiana Math Pillar for family caregivers in communities and them playing an essential role. Every unit of flame includes a parent report with the standards and skills addressed in each unit summarized so that the parents understand them. As we know, not every parent is a teacher. Every student doesn't go home to a teacher, and the way our students are learning now is very different from the way some parents learn. So this parent report makes the standards and the skills addressed easier to understand. Teachers can use Flame resources along with multiple data sources to inform parents of their child's progress in math. Each, each parent report also contains a link to the Family Math Engagement site with available grab and go activities. So this can be used as a tool just to let parents know where their kids are, and how they are progressing in math with certain standards and certain skills. So take a few moments to look at Unit 1 of Flame for the grade level that you teach or support. Consider how you will introduce this resource to your teachers and begin to develop a plan for implementation. So there is a QR code available for you to scan. We will also drop the link in the chat for the actual page that the QR code brings you to. So I'll give you about 4 minutes to just take a look at the resources and what is available for your grade level. All right, so please remember our Unit 1 of Flame is available. So you can take time whenever you have time to look through those resources and really look at what is available in Unit 1 and how you can utilize it at your school site. So Unit 1 of Flame has been released and is currently available for grades K through 5. We expect to release Unit 2 for grades K through 5 this fall and Unit 3 by the winter. Now we'll open for any questions you may have about the Flame resources. You may unmute and ask your question, or feel free to just type your question in the chat. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any system-specific questions or any requests for individualized support on Flame resources or implementation, they can be emailed directly to us at stem@la.gov. And if there are no additional questions, I would like to thank you for attending our Flame Kickoff webinar today, and I hope you have a great day.